Right, okay, my question to the group this week is to do with the future of the book. Okay, what's going to happen in about, say, 50 years' time? Will we be using ebooks? Will be paper books still be there? What kind of strange devices may have come up in the market? You tell me. Dylan, you start.
Like, we'll be reading like a holographic book, and then you'll have like a chip in your head, so you'll be able to, when you imagine the way the character speaks or the way things look, it will actually kind of be projected onto the book, so it's a new reading experience.
New reading experience. That's cool. Deji, what do you think?
I think probably in 50 years little will have changed. There will be stuff like holograms and stuff like that, and new ways to read, but nothing's really going to trump books completely, because people don't want to pull away from old things that they have grown to like. So until something that's really amazing that can overtake it comes up, then probably we're still going to be with the books.
Paper books, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Mohammed, what do you think?
I think that the majority of people will lean towards purchasing ebooks and audiobooks, but I think books, as in like normal books, will still exist, but more of an aesthetic item.
Good. You like that? Yeah.
I agree with Mohammed, but I think that ebooks, because the prices being their price and sales are being steady, I think audiobooks and video entertainment is going to grow a lot more since a lot more people are getting into that. And as Mohammed said, I think books are going to remain as an aesthetic.
So yeah.
I think that books are gonna stay put, and no one's gonna get rid of books because we all like books too much, paper books. But maybe virtual reality and thinking and actually seeing the books played out might take more popularity over actual paper books.
Okay. And last but not least, Georgia, what do you think?
I'm with Manan and Mohammed. I think personally, although physical books will remain in existence, audiobooks, ebooks, virtual books will be more in the majority.
And what do you think about, we were talking about that book that would be like a combination of the two systems.
So by digital books?
And not like digital books, because they will still resemble a proper physical book. They will be made out of paper, but perhaps with some tiny microchip that will allow you to, I don't know, perhaps see a character or get more information at a particular time in the book. Do you think that's ever going to happen? I think it's quite a cool idea myself.
It is possible with new metals and wiring, which is even thinner than before. So
Don't they already do that with
I don't
children's
think it would be
pictures?
very good.
Yeah, I suppose with the
Reading a
novelty
book where
ones.
somebody was
Yeah.
getting repeatedly stabbed or something. Because, like, you can read about these things, and it's just like, oh, well, that person's getting horribly tortured. But if you were to actually see somebody having, like, jumper cables attached to their head, or their throat slit, it wouldn't be very nice.
I would disagree with you, since I think the entire experience could be more immersive and giving you depth to the book.
Because being immersed in torture is nice.
However, I don't think what they're going to give it to is going to go to the extent of actually showing you all of that. I think it's still going to bring in aspects of normal books and aspects of newer technology.
Because the point of books is that you
So they
imagine
just-
it, it's
so
not
it
that
just
they
turns
tell
up.
you how to imagine
Yeah.
it. It's
The
your
idea
own.
is you're in the world of the book.
Yeah.
It's like,
With virtual reality, you can actually be in
To be honest, imagination
Yeah.
can
It'd be like an
Virtual reality
interwoven
could be
a
version.
lot less
Yeah.
scary than real life when you're reading a book.
Has anyone ever read Goosebumps? Where
Oh,
you have
yeah.
the where
Goosebumps?
you
I didn't-
choose what's happening. Maybe that's what's going to happen with virtual reality.
Yeah. But there are already options that you could get with virtual reality with this kind of stuff. But I don't think that with actual headsets, that's going to gain as much popularity as Miss was saying, these books which are part modern technology and part books.
How's reading going to develop for blind people?
Well, there is Braille.
It's pretty hard to read.
Audiobooks.
I guess.
Probably.
I suppose. I don't know.
Maybe.
Probably.
How's it going to develop?
And it would be hard
Well,
to print a book in Braille.
Yeah. Also, not just Braille and what do you call it? You could have I can't remember what it's called. There's new
Neural
technology.
implants. So you read the book.
I
by
don't
just
think
putting
people
something
will
in
be
your
fond
brain.
of having implants. There's already
then
so
take
many
them out.
theories and conspiracy theories out there of what's going on right now. It's not going to be a popular idea now, is it?
Well, then
It's
maybe
gonna
you
be
just
very
put something onto the side of your
controversial
head
and
and you absorb all the knowledge of the book and then you just take it off and you suddenly
That takes
read
out
the
all
entire
the
thing.
That's
joy
not,
of
that's not
reading.
going to be 50 years.
That's
That's going to
not
be
reading.
100 years.
Okay, what about
In
the
100 years, we're
process?
all gonna be dead,
What about the
so-
process of writing the book? Do you think it will have any impact in all this technology and what it is to write a book?
Yes.
It's going to be a lot harder, isn't it? Though?
No,
Because a lot of
you're just
books
gonna
are
put it in. You're just gonna put like a headset thing on, and it'll extract all the information from the book from the words of the stuff that you wanted to write down.
That's
But
not
like,
going to happen.
you know, when you get writer's block, it'll just like instead of you trying to think of the correct way to say it, it'll just like go through the dictionary.
We're talking about
It'll-
50 years from now, not 50 years in the Star Wars universe, okay?
I know.
Right, okay.
But maybe
But-
we'll have like
I wasn't talking about in 50 years.
Please.
maybe we'll have more kind of like people just making like paying people to write books and
Ghostwriters.
yeah, more ghostwriters and
But that
maybe
already
AI
happens.
writing
That's
books.
nothing to do with technology.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
that
AI writing
autocomplete.
books.
I don't think that's gonna work that well. Autocomplete with
Yeah,
books.
like artificial intelligence finding out the formula for books and writing them.
But that's the thing with that's what's special about books. There is no one formula. There's so many different types of books. There's so many
Maybe
different
someone will crack it.
authors.
Maybe someone will crack it.
Or maybe you could just create a formula for each different genre or each
Each different genre,
series.
each different author, each different author's time period, each different author's time period style, and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Well,
each
I
series.
was referring more to the fact that if you have some sort of device that will, say, explain or show it to you visually, say a description of a landscape or something that someone is particularly wearing at that particular moment in time in the story, whether the writer will have the need to put all that into words. Do you know what I mean? There's influence in the way you
I think
write
what's gonna
if you
happen
go
is-
some visual aids.
Well, you know, like
Maybe it's not the case.
Authors are going to have to be more specific then, because think about it. It's, a lot of the times, it's not the authors who illustrate the books, is it? It's other people who often, I think, is the publishing company that choose. So they have to be very specific. They want their own idea to get passed through instead of the publisher's idea.
Yeah.
So let's be specific.
See, I
so
was
the
thinking
Maybe
correct
the
illustration
writing
is-
It
No,
uses
guys,
the
guys.
imagination, so whatever the way you imagine
Yeah.
the characters.
Yeah, but
What they could
Maybe
do
you
is, what they could do is, it could be like something where it imagines, like, at the moment, like, if you're feeling really sad and you want to read, like, a sad book or something, or you want to read a happy book to cheer you up, then it would, like, on a virtual reality headset or something, it would write the book that would be most likable to what you were feeling at
similar
that
things
certain
have been
time.
invented, but what they do is they measure your heart rate, how sweaty you are, and all that. They figure out what mood you're in, and then they choose a book
What if it's
from an
just
online
hot?
database.
And they think you're super stressed out, but it's just hot.
Very good. And then obviously there's been improvements made. You can often just type in the temperature, or even how you feel. You can just straight away type in so that
Actually, quite like that.
yeah, so it picks out
When
the-
you're stuck for a read.
Yeah, but sometimes what you read isn't always what you wanted, but it's the best thing for you.
That's what's special about it. You never know.
But when you say virtual reality, do we mean as in like Oculus Rift or like the one where you actually
I don't know.
feel like it as in like
Augmented
sort of online?
Maybe
Not
maybe
full,
maybe you
not full
read books
virtual
in your
reality,
dreams.
like
augmented
Oh,
reality,
yeah,
you can still see what's
augmented.
around you.
yeah.
So like the Oculus
I,
Rift.
I don't think that's
No, the
going to be a good
Oculus
idea
Rift
for
is
books though.
the Oculus
measures
Rift
your
is virtual
emotions,
reality.
it doesn't
Everything
take
is fake.
I listen to each other.
Augmented reality
Deji,
is like one
listen.
of some floating fake things.
If
Eddie.
you measure emotions, it doesn't take one moment of sadness to tell you what book you want to read, because you have to read books in a certain period of time, so I don't see how that's going to work.
maybe of a prolonged
Short
period of time.
stories.
So the emotion that you're feeling at one particular time defines the book that you're going to read for.
Not the book you
That
read.
would
Maybe it'll be in
kind
a
of-
dream. A book you read in a dream.
That would kind of destroy the object of talking about books and stuff.
The government's gonna
It
kick
would
you off
make-
your dreams.
It would make the experience of reading better, but it would mean you wouldn't be able to like talk about books. So you wouldn't be able to say, "Oh, remember that book that I got when I was feeling 01429 emotion?" Yeah, that was good.
Okay, so is the humble paper book going to stay? Yes or no?
They
As I
will
s-
stay.
Yes,
I think for
but
I,
it's gonna slowly be overruled.
I think illustration's going to change also because
Good point,
more and more
Mohammed. Yeah.
programmers can get their hands on it because of augmented reality. And say you're reading a story, the way it's illustrated can be in short animations, and like it can show the expression of the character and how it develops.
I think books will just be there for a lot of the time for design. You know, that hipster sort of look.
Hipster sort of.
Hipster
Okay.
sort of look.
Thank you so much for your comments. See you next week.
Bye.